This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Never surrender, never give up! Like Gromthar's hammer, what savings? Yeah, I kind of wish I had beefed up my HP just a little bit. I think that counted, so. Oh, okay, cool. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess I have to hit him with the... I guess I do have to hit him with the mine to even unlock that, crap out of it. Nah. Not doing any damage with my weapons. Unfortunately, I think I have to be on the goose slide for this. Oops. Okay, I guess getting the mining achievement isn't that hard, actually. I don't know, maybe if I was at a higher level, or I did this at such a low level that Oops. It is a little annoying that the boss has like basically invincibility spheres until I do like a specific task. Oh, we get hit by the... Oh, come on! That wasn't very long. Alright, fine. Like, he didn't even give me enough time to, like, really, like... So actually this ability to move around and everything with that is not as intuitive as I'd like. Sorry if I'm not talking, I'm just trying to focus. Ah, God. I think I've chosen the most effective, like, parts and everything with that, so it's not like I'm not, like, using level 1 equipment or anything with that. I think it's not like it details, like, it keeps jumping around all wibbly piddly and everything with that. I guess I'd rather... Really? I'm not even, like, getting past his, like, first form. All the others were easier. Maybe it's just because all I had to do was just attack him. That's all I had to do, but... Can I? I don't know, I guess because of the whole mine thing, I have to... I see that damage on his foot. Okay, reset now. There we go. Now maybe I don't have to do those depth charge thing anymore. Nope. Da-na, 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 da-na. Or however the music goes. It's been forever since I've heard the Jaws theme. Gotta hit him with his tail, like, up and everything.
Unleash the quacks.
I forgot what those are supposed to do again. I think they're just supposed to distract him or whatever.
Ain't that cute? A two-bit playing with quacks.
Gotta shoot him in the butt. Man, what if he had, like, really crappy, like, weapons, you know? Like, actually, my guns are supposed to be pretty high, yet I'm doing, like, not a whole lot of damage, and that's kind of weird, actually. I'm not saying I have the best weapons, with that, but I thought they were pretty high ranked. Oops, I forgot to reload. Dang it. Oh well. I've got the ability where my reloads don't take that long anyway, so... Oh, oops, wrong button. Okay, grab another depth charge, I guess. Yeah, like, at one point in the game we were supposed to grab, like, rubber ducks, and I forgot what the original point of it was. I guess it was just supposed to distract him, I guess. Golly. Yeah, just getting hit in the face with the frickin' water. Oh, there we go.
Can you feel it?
There we go.
It's the brisk wind of change. Don't let this opportunity slide.
Oh, do I have to? Can I actually get off the goo slide now and fight him normally? And he does something stupid, like get himself like stuck basically. Where actually, the only problem with Key Spark is actually I don't even know if it's letting me hit him. No. You have to get like right up on his face to hit with it. So really, I dodged. What the hell? I might not be able to use. Yeah, it's not letting me use Key Spark for whatever reason. So that's oh well. Fine. My guns will do enough damage anyway. Really, game? Okay, apparently it's not. My dodges aren't activating or something like that. The hell? I'm dodging! Ugh. I guess I never really figured out the dodging mechanic in this game. I guess not really. There's like other abilities I can do like in combat, like more boo and stuff like that, but yeah, you get hit in the face, I guess. Just gonna keep hitting. I could use my weapon, but down she goes. Oh, there's the otter guy that helped me. He taught me how to swim as a kid, but apparently teaching me how to swim means throwing my butt into the river and hopefully I don't drown. Yeah, there's actually a conversation choice where you're like, dude, you try to drown me, you jackanape. He's like, well, the only way to swim is to possibly learn how to drown or something. I'm like, no, it's not. But anyway. Okay, so the last one we have to do is feed this guy squibs.
That sealed the fate of
Which
the
I guess is similar
third
to
World Eater. Just one more to go. Out of Date asked to see you again to congratulate you and let you in on the final phases of his plan. This is your chance to get his priorities aligned with yours. Take control of the situation and make sure your goals become his. Just head back to the Ark. He seemed eager to see you again.
Oh, good. And then we can talk to. I wonder if you can save talking to them later, like that one lady, for example, and then come back and talk to him. But there's no like. Well, actually, let me take a look and see, just to make sure. See how the final. Hey, I guess it just says locate, go talk to Goop again, I guess, or something like that. So. Okay, anyway.
Got word you found the greatest glider of all, an Ark, and it's all good to go.
It's ready to rocket, I guess. Red
Can't
rocket.
imagine how that would feel, to zoom so fast. Lucky that you found an Ark when you need it most. This world doesn't have long at all. You almost broke yourself trying to break this world, all arcing aside. Wonders if there are any open seats left in that fancy Ark glider of yours.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything fails. There's a seat open on the Ark, but why would you want this company?
Is it the same conversation from before? But anyway, yeah. I think it's the same thing. Nope. Sorry, Otterman.
What really happens when you make a conscious choice to be alone is that you abandon a part of your life that was supposed to be filled by someone else.
Let's agree that a conscious choice is better than an unconscious one. It's only when you stop listening to your own thoughts that you're truly alone.
But it's hard to discover the astonishing light of your own being if you are too lonely or close to darkness.
Regardless, you'll never lose the company of yourself. At least you'll have that all the way to the end.
Maybe I have to choose to get a different conversation. I have to choose.
If you're driving, you get to pick your passengers. Goop knows he's repeating himself, but can't help talking to you.
Well, I don't want to keep you any longer from death. You know, that's going to happen when this world dies, so.
Wishes you goodbye.
Okay, so even though it was a repeat conversation, it was still considered a dialogue option. So yeah, the conscious is if you get 20 of those unique conversations, which I guess you get one for each possible arc person. So I guess you could technically get 24 over the course of the game, or 22, I mean. But okay, anyway. All right, I guess Out of Date wants to talk to us again, so let's go back there. But yeah, I assume that like if you don't want to like do the other side quests in the game, because technically going to all the other NPCs in the game are side quests. That's why it probably says that the 4 minimum there is that, oh, if you just want to take all the people that helped you on your quest, you could do that and then just be done with it, that type of thing. Or if you want to take specific characters, you can. I assume there's like slight dialogue differences, but I doubt it's anything major. And it might also be different if you choose to save the world tree and not destroy it, like, because you make that choice to what tribe to join. But I assume you can fix the tree, like if you do that side quest that the game gave us in the side quest thing over here. I bet if you do those, I bet you don't get the yeah, I bet if you do that, you don't have to use arc, so there's probably like a different variation on the end. Although luckily for this game, there's not trophies for viewing the different endings of the game. It's just you just actually, I don't even think you get a trophy for beating the game. I think you just, well, I guess technically beating the World Eaters is part of beating the game.
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand. The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war. He guessed someone with your dark perspective and key would prioritize resolving the tribe war before facing the World Eaters. Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over. Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough. You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater. The New World Order can only be achieved by someone with a dark perspective, even if that means letting the final World Eater attack the tree too. Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end. Out of Date reminds you it's time to confront the last World Eater.
You just told me that. Like, yeah, the game's kind of weird when it comes to dialogue trees. Like, it almost doesn't know how to finish it. Like, when you finish a major story scene with a character, or like a quest, all of a sudden it'll revert to as if you talking to them first time after a mission. They're like, oh, do you have something else on your mind? Or, well, that's a regular conversation. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just means, like, almost they forgot the conversation we just had, just like 5 seconds ago. Like, I don't know, it's a bit weird. That's all. It doesn't break the game or anything, it's just odd. Okay, so anyway, final World Eater, and then we'll see the end of the game. Now, obviously, we're going to get whatever the dark ending of the game is, which really you can basically prevent the ending, like, up to this point easily. The game gives you multiple outs, even if you choose the, I guess the quickest way would be from, like, this person, I guess. Oh yeah, I have to be using my mech suit. Yeah, you get a mech suit in this game, which is cool. You use it for the dead zones of the game that have no air. Apparently, like, oxygen is gone at certain parts of the world, so you have to use you either have an outfit that's 100% oxygenated, or you get in the mech suit, which isn't completely sealed, but somehow it prevents you from getting hypoxia or whatever it is. But what do I know, right? Like, technically the outfit oh yeah, on the way you can tell like what you're resistant against is on that bottom right corner. The little thing that shows like looks dead, I guess, or maybe like the moon. That's like a thing for your oxygen. 100% means I'm resistant to those afflictions in the world, which not so much the like attack damage, but the abilities in that game, like radioactive areas I'm immune to, stuff like that.
They play tricks in the dark.
So I'm probably supposed to be using the mech for this whole fight, so let's go and summon the Mikton or whatever. Oh, there it is. Haha. You can tell I like dragons. Well, let me show you all the other things you can do with this. So you can choose like a TED piece. Yeah, like a lot of things in this game are like mascots, which makes sense. And you could do like a car type of thing, make like a robo type of situation. Looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, even though that's not what it is. But I'll show you. Oh, sorry, I'm recording this a little late. So I like the thing where it's just a tarp and that's all it is. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go with Dragon Skull, and yeah, you can choose like the different chest piece. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's just more for flair at this point. I don't know why I like the skeleton thing. And then you can choose like what the backpack part looks like. It looks like a vending machine, like variations on the vending machine. Actually, I think that might be. No, okay. Well, anyway, yeah, you can choose like how your feet look, although you're almost hardly ever going to pay attention to those. Now I'll do twerp toes, and yeah, you can change what the toes, and you can change what the legs look like. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care about the leg. And there's the abdomen right there at the basically your butt. Okay, well anyway, doesn't really matter. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool that you get to fight like, or not fight. You get to play around on a mech. So, like I said, this game has a lot of really neat like ideas in it. You know, and you can kind of, if I remember, yeah, you can kind of hover with this thing, sort of. Sometimes the how do I get back up? Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes the jumping in this game is a bit wonky at times.
Now this is
not a
more rider.
Yeah, I gotta do say puns and stuff like that every once in a while. It's not that often though, so it doesn't hurt my soul that much. So. Alright, let's, oh, yeah, it's auto-saving, but I want to make a heavy save here just in case, too. I always like having a backup save, like, what if the game crashed while I was auto-saving, that type of thing. It's happened before. The game's crashed, like, multiple times on me over the course of this game, so. It's not the worst game to have that happen to, for sure. Alright, Final World Eater. The Jumbo Puff. And yeah, we have to do the whole L2 thing where we have to shoot stuff in its mouth. In this case, it's a squibs or squeebs or whatever they're called. They're basically chipmunk-looking things.
Puff with an appetite. Ain't no fuzz. Better put an end to it before it ends our world.
Yeah, it looks like the buildings didn't last very long, that's for sure. Yeah, another case of not being able to use all of your different abilities. I think at one point the game has to tell me to use the squib, so I'll wait for that. Avoid the rocks. Avoid the rocks! The rock crushes you, you're all dead. Reminds me of a couple of D&D characters. What am I supposed to be doing? I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something. Uh-oh. The one time I wasn't even looking, I wasn't paying attention, and he jumped on my... Uh-oh. Holy crap, that thing's got a huge mouth. I'll wait for it to do it again at one point. Pulling it. Smile, fat boy! Basically, I'm just gonna keep doing that till he gets, till I get the achievement, so that way I don't have to... I assume he has to open his mouth for that to work, but... Oh yeah, I guess I have to wait for the squibbeebs, or basically the raccoons, to respawn.
Uh-oh. The Jumbo Puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance.
Is he using like an electric whip or something like that? Wow. I'm trying to keep shooting like into his mouth, so
couple of more hits and it's a fried circuit board.
I'm actually trying. I'm not trying to get hit by him. Like, so just trying to get this. I guess I should just wait for him to actually do that attack, like during the during when I, maybe that happens every time I hit like one of his bars down, because it says you only have to do 6. So. Let's see if we can get number 2 now. Do it again. Although I think I'm still on live version number 2, I think. Yeah, I wonder if you can actually shoot those. Probably not. Looks like they're going too fast. So. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I don't care. Now that I've done the achievement, I'm just going to blast him.
Not a bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach.
Did you destroy my big ton? No.
Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too close to the end station. Better move up and away, or be swept out the bowel way.
Yeah, this game has like an auto jump feature where if you hit certain areas, it'll automatically.
Wow, what a super-sized wormwood! That must be as big as they come. You see, what's on the inside of the can? The porous is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do.
Oh, I almost completely fit. Oh, I guess is it intestinal or at whoa. Okay, oh, that was weird. I guess the stomach acid was. I had to be careful about jumping in and out of the liquid because you can only swim with how much ki you've got. So, there we go.
Guessed it would go down with a throw up. Can it really get any better than that?
Now we're gonna drag its happy body back to our next destination. Or whatever we're doing. Oh, wait. Was that other Migton? What, we have multiple ones or something? Huh. Okay. Wait. I think I should get the achievement here pretty soon where I get Paragon, which is the defeating all the World Eaters, which you have to get that anyway, so I think that might be it for the trophies. Then I'll get the final one. Because I've done everything else in the whole game, so I guess I don't have to look at this cheat sheet anymore. Wonder when that'll occur. Maybe after this cutscene's over. Yeah, I don't get the point. We fight them and then they go back to eating the tree. It's like, well, what's the point of that?
You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just make sure you don't let anyone but yourself control your destiny. You've come too far for that. The tribe comes first. It's time to return to the tree one last time.
Time for the finale. And I guess I don't have to. I guess you're not required to fill all 4 seats, even though it's considered a main quest. At least, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it says it's a main quest, but I feel like it's one of the few that you don't actually have to finish or whatever.
He's helped Out of Date to get the Ark hardware restored. There's just some wiring left to do before the vessel's ready for takeoff.
I'm glad you're helping us with the Ark, but you're not getting on it, dude, though.
He says the spark plugs didn't fire, so the pistons couldn't compress the black juice to generate enough sprooty bang bang for a takeoff. Can't imagine what you would have done if Out of Date hadn't discovered the Ark. He trusts you won't leave without him now that the tree is dying. He trusts you'll take him with you on the Ark if it comes to that, as you share ideals, even though you both view the world through your own lens. It's not that he doesn't care about others, but the fact that the Ark only has 4 extra seats means you have to be picky when choosing company.
So what we have here is someone looking for a way out if everything...
Okay, it looks like it's basically the same thing again.
There's a
So,
seat open
yeah,
on
it's
the
basically
Ark.
just
Why
the
would
4
you
same
want to
conversations
stop?
over and over again. So, you ain't coming with me, even though you're supposed to be like this childhood friend type of thing. But nope.
What really happens when you make a conscious choice to be alone?
Okay, that's
Let's
the same.
agree that a conscious choice is
But
Yep.
it's hard to discover the astonishing
Yeah, it's the same.
regardless.
Skip, 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 skip.
He's surprised to hear that after all he's done. He basically rebuilt that thing for you. He'd never expect you'd put yourself and others before him. Gizmo will always make time for you.
See what I mean, folks? Like, he talks about being insulted about what happened, and he's just like, oh, I'll always talk to you. I'm like, shouldn't you? I think it's just something to do with, like, the algorithm, the way they design the game, that, like, when the main conversation is over, it doesn't actually finish the conversation. You have to set it yourself that I've got to go. It almost kind of
Says
ruins
you
the
covered.
moment of you, you know, basically saying, nah, you can't come, ha, you know, that type of thing. So, all right, let's watch the end of the game, shall we? Or at least the reasonable ending to it. So, for some reason, I always thought Lupa Lupin would have been the final encounter before you got on the ship. Like, he found out about it, and then you fought him, like, right before you got on the ship. But maybe it's because the arc ending is maybe not required. Like, you can get the I don't know if it'd be Save the World. I don't know how many endings are in this game. I'm just assuming there's 2, just because of the whole light and dark thing. But I could be completely wrong. Because this is one of those games where you could have been light throughout the whole game, but then choose not to save the roots, and probably get that ending anyway, just because you forgot that or
Even
whatever.
the feel of the air
Or you could be
changes
dark
as
the
you
whole
go
game and
underground.
kill all the tribes, fellow tribes and whatever, and then choose to save the tree, you know, at the end. It's all really most of the stuff is affected by the very end of the game, really. Oh well. Alright. Blast off, Houston.
Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere. It seems nature is preparing to take revenge. The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited. He can feel you're approaching the end date. If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, dark-souled beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now. Then grasp your last chance to make sure Lupa Lupin stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done. He says you need to see Lupa Lupin eye to eye one last time. He's happy to help.
Oh my god, that
Says
ruins the whole
talking to
moment,
you
dude.
was-
Okay, so we need to finish off Lupa Lupin for sure. Why do we save that for now, though? That doesn't make sense. Like I said, this game has like a lot of weird like decision choices in the game. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the whole sandbox open worldness of it that is why it's set like that. I don't know. There's really not. I mean, there's a general book on game design, but there's certain things that you're like you can kind of do your own. And I feel like not that I need every single like scene to be set out for me or everything like that. It's just I don't know. Just I guess this would be faster because of the bridge. It'd probably be faster to just go south from that to get there. So now we can finish off Lupa Lupin. I just didn't know why the game just didn't let us do it at that time. So maybe the idea is that you have reflection that gives you one last chance to decide how you want to finish him off, or if you want to leave him alive or take him on the arc. I assume if you obviously, if you take all your friends with you, then it's like, no, you can't come on the Ark, Lupa Lupin. You killed my mom and dad. What was it from Civil War? Is like, calm down, Tony. Is like, something, something, something. Is like, this guy killed my mom or something like that, you know. I forgot the line. It's been a while since I've watched Civil War. So I watched most of the Marvel stuff when it was out, but as soon as the last movie happened, I don't know why. I lost interest in watching anything after that. I don't know, maybe it's because it kind of concluded for me that was acceptable, so I was just kind of done with it. So I don't know. But anyway, enough about that. And now time to accept our destiny. Huh? Why are you here, Joggy, or whatever?
The Sifu is seeking revenge too. He hasn't forgotten what Lupa Lupin did, but he also wants to stop him from attacking his tribe. Now that the world as we know it seems to end, he wants to make sure the Lupin ends with it. He hopes you agree. It suits your dark nature. There's no room for predators in the world the Jagni tribe is building. But he knows this is your fight. You should handle it. Lupa Lupin's own fear was his shackles, not the roots of the tree. It just changed him. You have a chance to stand back and let the tribe handle it.
Oh, the tribe can handle it? It's gonna take him a hot minute to do it, dude. Actually, let me see, like, let me see how long it takes for that Lupa Lupin to kill the tribe. Because I assume at some point he'll just kill them all. I doubt that's like a dark decision type of thing. It's more they're there to help you, like distract them while you fight him, that type of thing. I'm just wanting to see if he can actually kill him. Sometimes some AI won't die even if they should be dead, that type of thing. Of course, Joggy sends all of his men after Lupin, but doesn't do it himself. I wish there was a choice where you could not take like your Shifu, like Joggy, or who. There was like one other guy you could choose, like Myriad or something like that. But we killed him, so. And I didn't even do I only captured the 2 leaders, and I decided to abruptly finish the war as quickly as I could. Because what it does is it gives you some light points, but it basically, you don't have to go to the last couple of tribes in the game. It just auto finishes it for you. So for those of you who found it redundant and you're just like, or I mean, you do miss out on getting the tribe weapons if you don't kill them or subdue them or whatever, but I might just finish them off. This is taking too long. These guys are taking too long. Alright. Yeah, see how fast my damage is doing them? Keys mark is awesome. Because if he damages me, it heals him too. It heals me too. This is a light ability, dude. The dark ability is cool too, but
The Sifu is ready to step into the fray. Are the odds about to change in your favor?
can you fight him? Then again, it took forever for them to do it, so I really doubt he can kill him. So, oh yeah, the dark ability is you basically summon a laser beam from frickin' space, basically. Yeah, see, I find the key spark to be more useful in the long run, but oh yeah, that random like beam of light that keeps hitting him, like that green light. It's your automaton. It has the ability to if you get the ability unlocked, it can help you in combat. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but sometimes it's a little nice to like reduce how much damage it does to me. So, oh yeah, I'm not showing off how key spark. Yeah, see, when I hit him with key spark, it almost immediately. Oh, does he kill him? Oh, or is he just knock him out?
If a friend dies, something inside you dies. You can save the Sifu by making yourself a target. You're up.
Wait, there's no one else here, though. I was hoping he would die. Like, I kind of wanted to see that happen, but there's no other characters here, so... Okay. I was hoping that was the game suggestion saying, hey, by the way, if you do this, this character will die, but, because that's what I want to happen. But I guess even villains can have friends. Okay, I guess I just have to fight him. Alright. Well, this is what happens when you don't research the ending of the game, because you don't want to be spoiled. So. Oh, you did damage. Oh, God, you don't even do as much damage as the world bosses, dude. This is kind of pathetic, really. The world bosses did more damage than you did. Yeah, I know this is boring, but this is kind of the combat in the game for the most part.
Shockwaves spread when the world crumbles. This is not a prophecy, me telling you about the future. It's you shaping it.
This game has a weird sense of like telling us to base our decisions have consequences. Like there's like the narrator every once in a while in the game would like say it's all about you, you know, it's your decision, so you know, make the best of it and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, are we? Is this like a moral lesson in the game? You know, is your AI glitch, dude? Oh yeah, technically Lupin Lupin's supposed to have Wong Fu 2 or whatever, like, you know, this ancient secret, but I don't know, like I almost forgot that was a game, that was a story feature in the game because of like when I was doing all these side quests, you know, there's so much.
Does, the stronger he becomes.
I'm surprised with this whole light side, dark side thing, you don't get a choice to not fight him. Maybe you do. Like I said, I'm not playing light. Okay, you're actually doing damage to me. Too bad I'm auto-healing pretty quickly. More than the... And a Key Spark, which almost instantly heals me if I do damage to you. And I have a decent amount of agility. I can almost run circles around. If I had really high agility, I'd be like running like all around him. Yeah, he's supposed to be using Key to fight me, but yeah, I keep forgetting that Key's a thing in this game sometimes.
The real enemy is, and stop playing the game his way.
Or I could just keep key striking him. Yeah, it works either way, dude. I don't mind playing this game. I'm better at it than he is. I've been doing this for 40 years. Almost. I'm trying to remember the first time I actually played video games. I know it was pretty young. It was like when I was 6 or 7 or something like that. So 35 years almost. Wow. Long time to have a hobby, huh? You almost done yet, dude? Yeah, too bad I can't summon the beam from space, because unfortunately you have to be on that open.
This is how it ends. The Predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
He's just taking a nap. Can I stab him now and finish him off?
It's a clear matter of life and death, and only you can make a difference.
Well, I mean, the world's gonna be destroyed anyway, but yeah. Rest in peace. Well, yeah, sure, rest in peace. Kill him.
Ruining someone else's life for revenge comes with a price. There's no change of heart this time. I hope it was worth it.
Change of heart. There was only ever one way this choice was going to be made. The right one.
The right choice. Doing good and keep doing good all the way until the end would have been best.
The best? That's justice. And the justice we deserved was revenge. We got what we came for.
We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. There's no peace without forgiveness. It's no better time than now to accept a helping hand.
I kind of wish you could have... Wait. So what did we do to kill him? Did we just kill him and it didn't show it? Ah, boo earns. But I kind of wish there was an option where the Shifu could have gotten killed during the fight, like if he didn't do anything. But it was taking forever, guys. I don't want to sit there for like a 10 minutes waiting for the AI to may or may not kill the AI if it can. I don't even know.
Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You saw a world drenched in its own cruelty and didn't sway from your path. And so, a great cataclysm draws close. Life doesn't care about heroes and happy endings. Bad things can lead to good. A seed of life, the beginning of something new. You balanced the dark within a world imbalanced in its light nature and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Jagni tribe and became omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other. This is how it begins. The world's headed towards rebirth of a primal paradise as evolution paves way. We're at the mercy of nature. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow.
Wait, no. I guess the world is being destroyed or something like that, so... Okay. I wonder if there's any other journal... Ah! The game crashed at the very end of the game! Alright, folks, I'll see you when I get back to... Hopefully it auto-saved, like, right before the last fight. If not, I'll get back to this point. I can't believe it. I really thought it was going to crash, like, multiple times. I was like, oh, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, so... Alright, I'll see y'all in a moment. Alright, we're back after all that nonsense. I had to basically fight the boss all over again. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Let's find out. Hey, dude. Where are you going? Hey. Hey, listen. Oh. Yeah, let your conscience be your guide, which in this case is... I guess it depends on who you have the most points with, I think. So, like, if I killed him but still had more light points, maybe it would be my light aura. So, I don't know. Did we just abandon everyone just to chase after the Ark? Because I noticed the things collapsing and Joggy and out of date or whatever were behind.
As foretold, you were destined to split the chains of this world. But you're not alone. The few that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey.
Oh, that's funny. Since I didn't choose anyone else, it just closes empty caskets. They're like, okay, you're a lonely SOB, apparently. So,
is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their dark nature than this one? Whether or not, we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your dark nature and let the world end to start anew. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all. What could be better than ending the story the right way? Ending it your way. A beginning of something new.
Huh, that's it for Biomutant. Wow. Let me see. It sounds like a... I think this company is European, I think. A lot of the names kind of... maybe Polish or something like that. Or in that vein or whatever, so... But yeah, that's the end of Biomutant. We escape on Earth, or off the planet, or I don't even know if they call it Earth at the time. And we survive to live somewhere else and cause more dirty deeds or whatever. I feel like this game has a bunch of halves in it, or not fulls, if that makes any sense over the course of the game. I guess let's start at the beginning. So the concept of basically animals living past humans obviously has been done before, but what was one game do differently than others? In this case, it tends to take a lot from Eastern culture. So, you know, key waifus, Well, I guess depending on your perspective, there are some waifus in this game. Shifus, you know, Ki, like how they talk and respect each other by, you know, putting their hands together and bowing, that type of thing. I thought was interesting, and I did like the idea of like going through David Shaw Parker. I feel like I've heard his voice before in something. And then no, the consciousness don't look familiar. Let's see. No, the names look familiar. I would assume most of them are Robert Uckland. That sounds familiar. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, this game had some really interesting concepts. Like I said, going through like shopping malls and like an airport and stuff like that, and seeing like what was left behind. Sure, some of it's still barren, which makes sense, post-apocalyptic, that type of thing. But I thought that was kind of interesting. And using like when you make weapons over the course of the game, you can use different like stuff as your weapons. I think I didn't get that far in my first impressions video. Goodbye, Kansas. Okay. But you could actually build like your weapons and guns and stuff like that, so you could take pieces of your certain weapons. So like the beginning weapon of the game was like a banana with a blade stuck to it, which I didn't even use that weapon because I had in-game stuff, so there's no reason to actually use the thing. But that was kind of interesting, just being able to craft stuff and put it together. So like my final sword weapon was like a plunger with like a iron railing attached to it or something like that, and some random spikes for good measure, which is pretty neat. So it gave you a reason to kind of explore over the world to try and find different pieces and put it all together, and then how you wanted your weapon to be, whether it be you know, heavy or sword or smashing or crush. I think they called it crusher or something like that. I thought the music was pretty appropriate. Nothing that really stood out, but most of the music in this game is supposed to be atmospheric for the most part, and I think it worked for the most part. And there were a lot of, in the way that the game named things, it was kind of like either how a child or how a other species would do it if they used basic communication. So, you know, the bouncy thingy and stuff like that would be used to describe certain events, although then every other time they would actually use the word of the item in the game or in the actual world, and it kind of was like, aren't you supposed to have a clever name for everything? But then you use like words like catapult, and I'm like, okay. But it's still kind of fun just hearing all the different like descriptions they had for all the things in the world. You know, I'm trying to think of a good example, like goo glides and stuff like that. I think I thought the game mechanics were okay for the most part. The combat section could get a little weird at times, whether it became because of how the lockdown. Whoops! Oh, I didn't know you could skip the. Well, I might skip the credits depending if there's nothing else to say. But the game mechanics could be kind of weird depending if you, because sometimes you could lock on the enemy, and sometimes you could not lock on the enemy. And if you use like your guns, for example, it wouldn't let you lock onto the enemy. You had to like manually target the guns, which I guess the idea was so you could freeform the weapon. Might be easier, but I'd rather would have been able to lock it with or without the guns. It still worked, and there was kind of like well, I guess because I died to the world is, I guess there's really not the game doesn't get super there's parts of the game where it gets super easy, like when I fought Lupin or whatever, I had key sparks, so that made that fight almost worthless. I didn't even have to heal. I had to fight during the World Eaters because they did plenty of damage, but Lupin didn't do enough damage to me, which was weird. You'd think for the final boss that he would have done a decent amount of damage to me, but I don't know, I guess two different creatures or setups or something like that. The story, I wish there is a story in the whole saving the world from the World Eaters, but a lot of the story seems to happen at the beginning of the game when you're remembering the past, or if you find the Wandering Bear, which apparently was voiced, was the narrator apparently, which I thought was odd that he was speaking a regular voice instead of the animal gibberish that was over the course of the game. Actually, I think that options menu calls it gibberish when you talk about the frequency of their conversations. I think it's called gibberish. But I don't know, like, I guess it's hard to really say. I guess maybe it's because I played so much where I didn't do the story. I did side quests for a long time before getting back to the story. I kind of forgot bits and pieces about it, but I'm not sure. I wonder how different the game would have been if I chose mainly light choices for the most part. Because it seems like if you chose dark decisions, it's almost like the game kept trying to push you back to the light side of it. So I wonder if I kept choosing light decisions, I wonder if the game would have kept pushing you towards dark decisions. Say, hey, you know, helping everyone every time isn't always the best thing. Kind of like in Jade Empire, where being open fist was not always, or open palm was not always best because, you know, well, I like the idea in that game that there was two different concepts. Yeah, technically closed fist was technically the evil way, because it was really, that's how the endings go. It's the bad ending or it's not a good ending if you choose closed fist options overall. But the concept behind it was that the idea was that, yeah, you're a jerk, but you're trying to teach people to be more self-sufficient, you know, by trying to make them work for it instead of just giving it to them by being a good person, that type of thing. I think that was the idea of this game. The whole, you know, the great thing you didn't choose light all the time because then you were trying to force change in this world for better or for worse, and I guess it would have been just different if I had chosen light side stuff. I guess I do like the fact that you didn't well, I mean, there's some choices that, well, I guess even if you choose the Shifu, you do get a couple chances to change out that your Shifu before you finish the tribe war. At least I don't know if you could choose any of the other Shifus. I don't think you can. I think the only Shifus that you can choose from is Jogi and Miriam, or whatever his name is. And I didn't even encounter the rest of the Shifus. I only know what they look like from the main menu, but like I said, I skipped that part. It got kind of monotonous after a while. That's the problem I have with this game, is there's a lot of cool scenes in it, but like I said, there's so much repetitiveness in it, which I think is just an acclamation of most modern games in general. They just do that just to, like, because it's easier. You've already got the animations, or you've already got the setup, so just reuse them again. Maybe a slightly different dialogue, but using the same thing. And unfortunately, well, maybe it's because I played this game, I wouldn't say straight through, but for the most part, I played it almost every day just to beat as fast as I could. And you kind of start noticing it, and it kind of starts getting on you after a while. But I guess the thing that changed up was like the NPCs, because there were a lot of different looking NPCs. They had you do different missions. They had different like quirks and how they got you to do jobs and stuff like that. This game's kind of weird sometimes when it comes to some of the dialogue options. Is that when you're a dick to people, they almost just kind of go, "Oh, you shouldn't do that because it wouldn't really help you more. So go ahead and do this mission for me anyway." It's almost like they're maybe not chiding is the word I'd use. It's almost like they're kind of just making fun of you for being an edgelord. At least if you kept choosing dark choices, they're like, "Yes, that's good and all. Will you still do this quest? Okay." Like they're just kind of like making fun of me behind my back for being such an edgelord or something like that. I don't know. Overall, I think the game was good to an extent because even though it's sandbox and open world, I think it had a lot of charm to it. I think charm is the word I would use. Like not the best game, but it had a lot of charm. And I think that is something different than like what we get with a lot of modern games being a lot of, you know, looter shooters and stuff like that. So at least we got something creative with like Furry Simulator 2000. I make fun, but I just messing. You complete Biomutant. Select new game place in the main menu. Play it again. You keep all the gear and character possessions. Start at the foot of the Tree of Life. You'll skip the initial parts of the game and begin allying with any of the 6 tribes. So you can't choose the different tribes. It's just, I guess, because when you start the new game, it's assumed that the only tribes you can choose from are Jogi and Miriam, or Myriad, or whatever it's called. You assume you can't do the other tribes, but I guess you can at some point, so that's kind of interesting. I thought you could, but then when at a certain point I thought, oh, maybe they didn't want to make multiple animations for different Shifus by the end of the game, so they just had you choose it. So I guess when it said you had a chance to change your Shifu, I guess it meant I could explore the world and skip the tribe war stuff and see if I can find someone else. Because there's actually someone who's worse than Jogi when it comes to like dark side. There's a guy who's actually maximum darkness, and then there's a guy there's actually the first Shifu that you can choose light side. He's actually maximum light at that point. But there's partial light. It's partial light, and maximum light. Same with dark. It's partial dark, and maximum dark is how you go. And we'll play all the try making another choice of switching your aura to opposite when you play the first time, as it gives you different different end results. Yeah, I assume it's different. I almost thought about showing the good ending of the game, but I was like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, like, I doubt it'd be that much different, but I think I've shown enough, and then if you're interested in the game, you can, you know, do that yourself if you want to do the different ones. I think I've played enough of the game that I think I'm kind of, I mean, I already 100% it for the most part, but I think I played enough of the game to realize I think it's a good game. I don't know if I'd keep it on a collection of mine or anything like that, but I'm glad I did play it because, like I said, something different. And I like I said, this game has a lot of charm to it, despite all the misgivings I give about the game. So, yeah, I guess I'll just save on the bottom file there. And I guess all the ending would have changed if I chosen the different people to go with me. All would have shown is them getting in the pods. Probably no extra conversation or whatever with them. And really, I don't think you could have talked to the people. Maybe I did. Maybe I skipped some stuff. Like maybe before it said change your conscience. Maybe you could have talked to some of the other characters. Maybe. But I don't know. I felt like it was more like showing us going to the Ark while the place was blowing up. You know, so... But yeah, that was it for Biomutant. I hope you enjoyed the ending there. It was a little long. I'll have to split it up in at least 2 episodes because I'm not going to put a 2-hour... Well, actually, I've already done that before, but still, I think that's a bit too much. So, yeah, it's about 2 hours. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to chop it down or something like that. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this, if you liked the ending, maybe gave you a reason to buy the game for yourself if you liked it. Or if you didn't, you know, save yourself a few bucks, you know, depending on how you do it. But I'd almost say, like... Maybe not buy it at full price, but you know, maybe buy it at like a sale somewhere just to kind of promote, support the devs, just for doing something different, whatever. Like I said, the game has charm, and you can't say that a lot for a lot of the games, really. When you think about it, does it make for a good game overall if it just has charm and nothing else? No, but I think it had something else. I'm just saying that was the big feature of this game for me personally. So, anyway, that's it. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.